Welcome friends! In this lecture, we're going to talk about the version of Godot we're going to use, create a new project, and create the main scene. Okay, before we create the project, let's talk about the version of Godot that we're going to use. As you can see, I'm using Godot 4.2.1. Ideally, you should use the same version as me. But for this course, you should be fine with any version that is Godot 4. So 4.0, 4.1, 4.2, 4.3, you should be fine. But sometimes different versions of Godot has, different problems. So in order to have the best experience with the course, I advise you to use the same version as me. If you're watching this in the future and a new version of Godot is released, so let's say 4.3, and you don't know how to get a previous version, let me show you how to do that quickly. So let's open up a web browser and go to godotengine.org. In here, of course, we can click on download latest, but we're going to go to the download tab here and then click on download archive. In here, you can download every previous version of Godot, going back all the way to 1.0. If you scroll to the bottom, you will see that you can download Godot 1.0, which was released like 10 years ago. Crazy. But of course, we want to go up to Godot 4.2. And we specifically want Godot 4.2.1. That's the version I'm going to be using. You want to get the stable version, and then you can click on download, pick a platform. For me, it would be Windows. Click on standard, and then you can save it, unzip it, and start using it. So that's how to get a previous version of Godot. Now that that's done, let's go back into Godot and create a new project. I'm going to call the project Shaders 101 because we're going to use this project in the first section of the course, which is called Shaders 101. Let's pick a folder for this. I have a folder created here called Godot Shader Course Projects. I'm going to save all my projects here. Let's create a new folder, call it Shaders_101, select it, and then we can go ahead and click on Create and Edit. That's going to create a brand new project for us. In this lecture, we're not going to be doing much. We're just going to switch to the 2D view, create a new 2D scene. We're going to call this Shaders 101. I'm going to save it inside a new folder that I'm going to create in the file system. So here I'm going to right click, create a new folder, call this folder Scenes. And then I'm going to save this scene inside of the scenes folder. And then I'm going to run the game and pick this scene as the main scene. Okay, so that's going to be all the things we're going to do. In this lecture, we talked about the version of Godot that we're going to use, and then we created the project, and inside of the project, we created a scene and set it as the main scene.